All right. What's good, everyone? Kyle Henderson, Trey Yanity, coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on Wednesday, September 29th. What's up, Trey? How you been, man?
I've been good, Kyle. How are you doing? Another beautiful Wednesday, another Alabama game week, another SEC game coming up. This one, obviously, a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been looking forward to this game for quite some time. The time is finally here. I'm trying to change that border color down there. It's kind of like almost like a do you see? No, that's definitely
it's just a rainbow right now.
Yeah, it's just a rainbow. Let us know where you're coming from inside the comment box. We appreciate you guys being here. I'll try to fix it up. Oh, we'll roll with that for the show. Let us know where you're coming from inside the comment box. My name is Kyle Henderson. A lot to talk about. We just heard from Nick Saban during Wednesday night, and the first thing he said was he came out and he was like, we need full fan support for this upcoming game against Ole Miss. He referenced the game against Florida and how that really had an impact on the game. Alabama having trouble making calls at the line. Trey, what do you think about that? I mean, how important is it for not only fans to show up, they're going to, obviously, but to bring the noise against a high up-tempo offense?
Well, it's always important, but this is really the first chance you have to do it. So I think, regardless of who they're playing, this is SEC football back in Bryant-Denny Stadium. You need to come out. You need to get enthusiastic, and I think you need to stay for 4 quarters because you might have a ball game on your hands for 4 quarters this Saturday. It's going to be a really good one. Obviously, if this game was maybe 6:30, 8 p.m. start, you get the lights going, it would be a little bit crazier, but I think they're going to bring the noise for a 2:30 kickoff, and, the CBS game's a little bit more drawn out. I think they'll stay in the seats, so it's going to be a lot of fun, but, Kyle, I don't even know what it's going to look like. We saw A-Day was pretty much half full, maybe 3/4, but this stadium is going to be 100% full. And we've seen it these first 2 games to an extent, but I think the atmosphere is really going to take that next step on Saturday.
Let us know where you're coming from inside the comment box. It's a score prediction show, so definitely post your score prediction inside the comment box. During certain points of this video, we will read your score prediction on the screen right here at BamaInsider.com. Hey, how about the coverage on Bama Insider? We're bringing the Jay Barker Show every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 2 p.m. We got the Tailgate Show with Mick Gillespie on Friday. We got the post-game show from Westgate Luxury Condos with Mick Gillespie and Trey Yanity. So we got a ton of programming. Of course, we got Andrew Bone coming through on Tuesday night. That's been a good show.
Yeah, it's been so fun.
Elijah Pritchett on board, 6'7", 290 pounds. Nice tackle pickup.
Oh, yeah. These offensive linemen are coming to Tuscaloosa. It's a wave right now. I love it.
Yeah. So, we appreciate you guys sticking with us and getting your score predictions on the show. And, of course, at the end, we will post our score prediction before we break out. We're not going to keep you too long tonight, but we're just going to have fun with it. Have a great week as Alabama gets to take on Ole Miss. Let's pipe in some Saban. These are Saban's opening comments. He references that they need full fan support. Here's Nick Saban on Wednesday evening.
Players seem to have pretty good attention and focus on what they're doing, what they're trying to do. This is a difficult preparation on both sides of the ball because of the way they play on defense is a little different. And, their offense is very multiple, and they do a good job of taking advantage of whatever you do on defense. So, our players have been, really good. I talked to the players afterwards about you got to be accountable for your actions because there's always a day of reckoning. And if you do the right things, you have the right effort, you have the right habits, you do the right things, you have the right words, you're accountable to everything that you do, all right, then your reckoning is always good. When you don't do that, sometimes things don't work out so good, when the reckoning comes. So, this is probably the first big game that we've had here for now like a year and a half because of last year's COVID. I know we've had a couple home games, but this is an SEC game at home for the first time in, a couple of years. And I hope our fans are excited about it as our team is. We're playing a really good team. They got a lot of really good players. They do a great job in execution, and it's going to be a real challenge for us. And, we played down at Florida. I mean, it was really, really tough on our team, and you could tell. So, hopefully we can make it a little bit that way for their team. And, we're just excited to be playing in a big game at home in our stadium against a good team. And hopefully our fans, our players, and everybody will have great passion and enthusiasm, for this game.
All right, that was Nick Saban just, a few minutes ago during his Wednesday press conference. Again, you can watch it in its entirety right here on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Let us know where you're coming from inside the comment box. My name is Kyle Henderson along with Trey Yanity. Hit the thumbs up. I know it's not difficult to do. It helps our video get into the great algorithm of YouTube. It tells other Alabama Crimson Tide football fans to jump on board. So we sincerely appreciate you guys sticking with us throughout the week. And tonight we're taking our score predictions. You can post your score prediction inside the comment box. Our producer Chris will post them on the screen, and then we will definitely add them and have fun with it tonight. Trey, Coach Saban said it's all about the fan support, getting everybody dialed in, getting everybody locked in. Let's talk about this up-tempo offense for Ole Miss. Last year, I mean, there was so many points, they almost needed another scoreboard, right? I mean, 63-49 or whatever, Ole Miss put a touchdown on the board before the TV broadcast even switched to ESPN. Your thoughts about Alabama facing this high up-tempo offense from Ole Miss?
Well, at this point in the season, this is the best offense in the country. There's no way around it. They have more passing yards per game than any team in the country. They score more points per game than any team in the country. And, it does start with Matt Corral. It starts with their quarterback who can do it all. If you haven't had the chance to watch this kid play, go watch the film. He's been unbelievable. And, you look at it in the Heisman race, it's 1 and 2, Bryce Young and Matt Corral. But I think that, that's kind of where the misconceptions are with this offense. Ole Miss is going to establish on the ground. They have I think at this point, more rushing yards than any team in the SEC. They did that last season as well. And it's deceptive because they have such good quarterback play. And, they've had talented receivers since Lane Kiffin has been there as well. But overall, they're going to gut Alabama with the run. I believe they're going to try to gut Alabama. That's going to be the game plan on Saturday. And, if Matt Corral gets 1 or 2 things to go right, I think Alabama's defense could have some trouble in this game because this is a very, very high-powered offense. They're first in the country in third down percentage. They have more first downs than any other team in the country. They can score points and they can move up and down the field. They're moving up and down about 6 times a game over that. Really just an unbelievable offense. But you're at Alabama, where you have an incredibly talented offense of your own, and the other Heisman, probably front runners still at this point, in Bryce Young, and a team that has been tested. This is something that has kind of been a big point of argument this week. Is Ole Miss maybe not quite as talented as Alabama yet, or they're not as proven because they haven't played a team like Florida, or, they haven't really played a true test at all in the season. I don't necessarily know if that's a knock on Ole Miss, but we do know that Alabama has done that. So I think it all factors in. But, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. But, Alabama's defense, this is a chance for them to make a statement as well and, really prove themselves against a good quarterback, against a good running back room, against a great offense and a really well-coached offense. So we're going to see, what they're made of this weekend. But overall, I think it's, going to be another barn burner.
Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Kyle Henderson. He's Trey Yanity, both of BamaInsider.com. We got Matt Corral's stats on the screen: 68% passing, 997 yards, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Also has some rushing yards, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But as you can look at from last year, I mean, these stats really stand out. And I know the past doesn't necessarily dictate what's about to happen, but it's worth noting because Lane Kiffin certainly has a high up-tempo offense. And when you kind of look to last year's production against Alabama, I think this stat is concerning. We've looked at the inside linebacker play. We've looked at Henry To'oTo'o and Christian Harris, and maybe, those guys aren't playing the way that Alabama fans want them to play. And this is concerning right here, Trey. I mean, last season, 21 carries from Connor for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ely had 19 carries for 120 yards. Even Matt Corral, 13 carries for 40 yards. Alabama certainly, you can take away from, last year's game. But this is different. I mean, Matt Corral is better. I feel that he's the best quarterback, or, shares that with Bryce Young. But, Matt Corral is a very seasoned, very polished, very poised, West Coast quarterback. Same with Bryce, right? Cut from the same cloth, so to speak. I mean, how vital is it for Alabama's defense to play at the top of the level going into this game?
It's huge. And, it really begins with that linebacker room. It's not to say that they've been bad to this point in the season, but, if there's some worry, it's certainly been with the defensive backs at times and some of these linebackers as well. And I don't think it's really a knock on any one in particular. I think guys have been out of position at times this year. Sometimes guys have overcommitted on certain plays, but overall, I think they're really, really paying attention to detail this week to get those little things right. Henry To'oTo'o is so talented, and he's done great to this point, but I think he can continue to get the communication a little bit better and, really step into his role a little bit further, along with Christian Harris. The rest of these linebackers, I think they're going to be the leaders on Saturday. And, of course, Will Anderson is going to make his fair share of noise as well. If you can put pressure on Matt Corral, he might, struggle a little bit. Yeah. He is very talented at running the football, knows how to create his own space like Bryce Young. And, sometimes he's going to take off a little bit more than Bryce Young would. But I think, we're going to really see Matt Corral tested for the first time. He hasn't had to deal with a lot of pressure this year. That offensive line hasn't had to deal with a lot of pressure this year. So it's really important to get to Matt Corral early in this game. But I think the linebacker room just has to communicate well, really take their time, not overcommit, and just kind of let Matt Corral play into their hands more than, let Matt Corral control the pace of this game.
Absolutely. Let's get into some score predictions, how this is going to work, because sometimes we haven't had the cohesiveness that I would like our team to have on that. So I'm going to be the quarterback or the coach, so to speak. So this is how it's going to work. Chris is going to put the score prediction on the show. Trey is going to read the score prediction. I am going to judge the avatars, and I'm going to give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down and maybe a little bit of, positive criticism on the avatar. Okay, so one more time. Chris is going to post them. Trey is going to read them, and I'm going to judge the avatars. 1, 2, 3. Let's read some score predictions on Bama Insider.
Let's get it going, guys, and continue to pour them in here. This is my favorite part of the week, getting to see your guys' picks. And I like the system, Kyle. We needed a little bit more consistency with it. We got the Roland Outdoors getting us started tonight, 42-35. He has Ole Miss. This is the first time I've maybe seen an opposing team as the winner to get us started. But the Roland Outdoors, 42-35. Ole Miss. Let's see what else we got here.
Wait. I have to judge the avatar.
Oh, true. My bad. I'm completely skipping a step of the process.
And the username, too, if I can. First of all, love the outdoors. Looks like a big buck. Actually, my cousin, truth be told, just shot an elk in northern New Mexico. I think it was like I don't know. It looked like maybe like a 10 or 12 pointer. So if you've ever had elk meat or elk jerky, unbelievable, seriously.
Really?
So you get an A+, Rolling Outdoors. Nothing too fancy. I like the username, everything. So let's continue to move on.
Nice caps there and all that too. Jonathan Hurst always getting his score prediction in. We appreciate it. 45-31. He has Alabama, 2 touchdowns. That was the separation last year. Kyle, how are we feeling about the image here and username?
Oh, I love it. I mean, this is one of the most iconic photos. This is Butch Jones. I mean, do you even have to zoom in? This is Butch Jones smoking a cigar after the Tennessee game. And what's so ironic about that is, where Butch Jones used to coach at Tennessee, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
He never got to smoke a cigar. So I love how the players kind of all rallied together and had him smoke a cigar. And I love the username too. Just Jonathan Hurst, just straight up. He's not afraid. He's not hiding behind some, username that's made up. He's just straightforward. So yeah, A+ across the board. Let's keep it going.
Shout out Jonathan. Let's move it along to another Jonathan. This one, Jonathan Landry. I can't really see what the profile pick is here. So, you maybe need a sec here, Kyle, but 59-28. Bama puts the foot down. And we're also going to need a 30-point cover to win a bet here for Mr. Jonathan Landry. So we're going to wish you some luck there as well. This one, pretty high scoring, almost 60 points for Bama. Wow. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, you look at the overall total of this game, I think it's in the 70s, right? I think it's, I mean, you got to take that, I think. As far as the avatar, my goodness, I love it. This looks like a tuba. I think it's a tuba, right?
Yeah.
It looks like some tuba
nice
or some sort of like,
it.
some major instrument. Jonathan Landry, Tom Landry Jones. I mean, there's a bunch of positive Landry. So yeah, good. I mean, I like the Rolling Outdoors, Jonathan Hurst. We're on a good pace right now. Let's keep it going
solid. I need Jarvis Juice Landry to get back to my fantasy team. But how about Jarvis-esque hopping in right here? The names are just playing into each other. I love it. Bama 35, Ole Miss 20. Some Lakers love here, really just Kobe Bryant in general. Kyle, what are your thoughts?
Come on. Anytime you're rocking anything Kobe related, you're getting an A+. Jarvis is one of my favorites. He's been calling into the show since day one. I love Kobe Bryant. I love the Mamba mentality. Honestly, true story. You really want to know this, so keep it short. Every single time, and a lot of times during the day when I'm trying to get mentally focused, trying to get locked in, trying to lead the team here at BamaInsider.com, I will listen to one of Kobe Bryant's speeches, interviews on YouTube, talking about life, kind of talking about the methodical process of trying to get better. So that Mamba mentality is certainly real. So Jarvis is certainly bringing it. I think you're going to need a little bit more points on that, Jarvis, but I guess we'll have to see. Let's continue to roll.
Keeping it subtle, 35-20 there. Jeff Stapleton, always bringing the energy, 45-7. Wow, this is the biggest separation we've seen to this point. I like it, man. The defense making a statement against Matt Corral.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine this if Alabama allows Ole Miss to 7 points? That'd be unbelievable. Pete Golding could be named. If Pete Golding allows just 7 points to Ole Miss, he will have a statue outside of Bryant-Denny Stadium
for Pete Golding. Man.
And I want to ask you guys about Pete Golding. So don't let me forget, because I want to ask about Pete Golding later on the show. As far as Jeff Stapleton, he's one of the members on BamaInsider.com. How do you do that? You hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. Jeff Stapleton had some of the best calls last year. He would call in the show. He was so fired up. I think it was around this time. He was calling for Ole Miss to come with it. So, yeah, Jeff Stapleton has a lot of personality. One of my favorite callers. Let's keep it going.
We got Tommy E. Glenn stepping up. Sorry to say it. And this is something that maybe you guys don't want to hear. So get in here and respond to him. He's got 48-27 Mississippi. This really hurts. No O-line and no D-line for Alabama. He's saying for us. So this is somebody with the Crimson Tide giving this score here, 48-27. Wow. But a pretty nice picture there. And I like the name as well. What are you thinking on that?
I love the grill. I'm all about the grills. I wish I had a grill on right now. Yeah. I'm all about the 20s, or the 21s or the 22s, whatever you want. I love the royal blue. The score prediction, who knows? I think as Coach Saban said during his press conference, and we'll pipe in some more press conference in just a minute, this is they're going to need full press, a full court press, and they're going to need the fans. They're going to need the players to be completely dialed in. I think there's going to be more points on both sides of the ball. I guess we'll have to see. Thomas E. Glenn, I like the 3-part name, very Southern. I don't know if you're Southern, but I like the, for example, Andrew Jackson Bone. That's Andrew Bone's middle name?
There's no way that's his middle name.
Yeah, no.
His name is Andrew Jackson.
I don't know if I just outed Bone. Bone, I love you, but
awesome.
I love the middle name.
His name's Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson Bone. Yeah, so that's how we go. Let's take one more, and then we'll get back to Nick Saban. Another score prediction.
Let's go to Royal Ferguson, 38-35. Ole Miss. I like this one. A very close game. Maybe a few more points here, but this one keeping it in the 30s. This is kind of what we saw last year. Shootout type beat. I like this. So this is, maybe kind of foreshadowing to my score prediction. What do you got here on the profile pick and name?
Yeah, well, I love the name. The score prediction, there's going to be a lot of points. And then it looks like it's some sort of, I don't know, it's very zoomed in. I can't really see, but it looks like some sort of karate outfit, which I like. I mean, I've been a part of the dojo. I respect the dojo. So I don't know if that's it. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but the all white attire, I'm loving it. Okay,
I like it.
Thanks for your score predictions. We'll be back with more score predictions in just a minute. This is the BamaInsider.com score prediction show. My name is Kyle Henderson. He is Trey Yanity, both a part of BamaInsider.com. We continue with Nick Saban, and let's actually talk about let's pipe in Saban. He was talking about the play action, how that's going to be part of Alabama's offense, which we've seen so far, and how that could impact this coming game. Here's Saban talking about
this
action. I think it starts at 2:10. Here you go.
Well, practice has been pretty good. Players seem to have pretty good attention and focus on what they're doing, what they're trying to do. This is a difficult preparation on both sides of the ball because of the way they play on defense is a little different. And, their offense is very multiple, and they do a good job of taking advantage of whatever you do on defense.
All right. Give us 1 second.
Well, I think play action is always a good thing. I mean, it's got to tie into the running game. And I think, when you can draw the defense forward, when you're trying to throw the ball vertically, it's always a positive thing. I think when they drop more guys, it gets a little bit more difficult, but I still think it's got to be a big part of what we try to do.
Go to Michael Costa-Grande.
All right, that was Saban talking about the play action. We'll pipe in more sound bites from Saban. Hey, if you have a question for us related to this game, we'll take a couple of questions. Yeah. And let's kind of, before we go back to Saban, Roland, since he had such a great username, we'll go ahead and answer this one. I'll pass this one to you, Trey. Yeah. Someone answered this question. Is Bama's defense better or worse than last year? Damn it, we need to know. He's like, I need to know, right?
Yeah, but
I think that's a valid question when you look at Alabama overall, year over year. It's still early, but what's your take on that?
This defense is just so different than last year's defense, for one. And, look at the teams that they were playing versus the teams they're playing this year. You can maybe compare that Georgia game to the Florida game this year. And maybe this Ole Miss game, will be the true litmus test of where this defense stands to where it did last year. But just look at the leadership in this group. Now you have a true play caller in the middle in Henry To'oTo'o. You have a little bit more experience with your defensive backs, and, you can kind of move some things around back there. You have just a lot more depth in general. The defensive line has been outstanding to this point. I think it's leaps and bounds ahead of where it was last season at this point in the year. But overall, we're going to have to see, because you think about it, that defense, the end of last season, kind of leading into that, they looked really good at certain points. So, maybe this defense can have more consistency, and maybe, this game is where they can really prove themselves, but I'm still waiting on it. I think this defense has a lot more talent. I'll say that. There's a lot more, youth on this defense that could maybe really make an impact down the road, but I think we're still waiting. But Henry To'oTo'o, such a huge piece, and he wasn't there last year, so that means a lot to me, at least.
Let's go to this next one right here. I like this one. Made a prop bet. Chris asked me before, our producer talked about prop bets. I love prop bets. Made a prop bet that Alabama scores at least one non-offensive touchdown. I'm pretty confident that hits. So you could either go special teams or the defensive side. Matt Corral currently hasn't thrown any interception. So I think, who knows? I mean, pick sixes happen in games like this. But I think from the special team side and what we saw from Jameson Williams, I don't think that, Ole Miss is going to kick too often to Jameson the Jet Williams. Maybe they will. I guess we'll have to see. So then you kind of look at the punt return status, right? And JoJo Earl, I'm kind of curious to see what JoJo Earl's top end speed is. Yeah. I know he has some shake. I know he's good side to side, but what does his top end speed look like? I guess we'll have to see. This is a score prediction show. If you're just joining us, my name is Kyle Henderson. He is Trey Yanity, both part of BamaInsider.com. Saban also talked about kind of the tempo of this game and about Ole Miss's offense. And I think this is going to be critical because you have Ole Miss's offense going up against Pete Golding, Alabama's defense. And we'll get to Pete Golding, and I want to get your take on that, as well as, kind of everybody, and just kind of get kind of some feedback on Pete Golding. I mean, honestly, is he coaching for his game, for his, position in this game? I mean, I don't know.
I think for when any job is on the line or anything like that, you don't want to look at somebody when they're going up against their hardest opponent or when they're going up against their easiest opponent.
I like that.
This is going to be probably the hardest offensive test of the entire season, maybe even harder than the team that Alabama could go on to play in the national title or the semifinal or whoever. This is just such a high-powered offense. This is going to be a hard one to look at and really be that critical of Pete Golding. But, if they come out and score 50, 60 points, I don't think that's acceptable for this team at this point. I think you have to take it in context and see how this defense plays. But, this is a big game. And if you lose big games because of the defense, it's not a good sign.
I like that level-headed approach. Very, very good, Trey. You get points for that. Okay, let's play Saban talking about the tempo of Ole Miss. I think that's at 5:20.
Hey, Coach. Last year, you said you felt like you were always one play behind the Ole Miss offense. Just what's key in practice this week to try to combat that this time around?
Well, I think the players got to get lined up. We can't do too much. Last year we were a young group. They were going fast. We had trouble getting lined up. We were out of position a lot of times. Because we were out of position, we missed a lot of tackles. So I think that, we have to play fast. We have to get lined up. Everybody's got to be able to focus on their responsibility because these guys are really good at executing what they do. So you have to be really good on defense at executing what you do. And making mental errors because you're not lined up correctly or don't have good communication is something they'll take advantage of it every time.
Okay, we got two more.
Love that soundbite on the tempo because I think, the tempo for the teams that have really given Alabama challenges in the past, I feel that tempo has always played a part of it. You kind of look to the offenses, the LSU, the Clemson. I mean, I've lived here in beautiful Tuscaloosa, which, we've loved raising our family here for now 5 seasons and seen Alabama lose 4 times. And a lot of the tempo has been involved with that. As you kind of look to the past scores, from these games, look at the offense. Look at the offensive production on just Alabama side, right? Last year, 63-48. The year before that, 59-31. The year before that, 62-7. Before that, 66-3. Those are the games that I have physically seen, right? Before that, it was 48-43. And then you look back to 2015 and 2014. That was when Ole Miss, under Hugh Freeze, was able to beat Alabama's back-to-back years, 43-37, 23-17. Again, you can watch Nick Saban's full press conference in its entirety on BamaInsider.com. Nick Saban was asked about the Hugh Freeze and Lane Kiffin offensive approach similarities tonight. Here is Saban talking about Hugh Freeze, Lane Kiffin comparisons.
We'll start with Mike.
How much similarity do you think there is between what Lane does now and what Ole Miss was doing 6, 7, 8 years ago under Hugh Freeze?
I think there's probably some similarities, but I think this is pretty unique in terms of, kind of what they've put together, how they do it. There's some similarities to, spread, but there's also they run the ball. I mean, they run the ball and they run it effectively, and they're really good at it. And then they're really good at taking advantage of anything you do to stop the run. They're going to throw RPOs or play action passes to take advantage of that. They have man beaters when you play man to man, so it's very well orchestrated offense, but it's also not only well conceived, but it's also very well implemented, in the game to take advantage of what the defense is doing.
Okay, we're going to finish with time.
All right, we got a big super chat, right?
Oh man, McConnell.
That's the crowd cheering. We Trey, go ahead and read it out, man.
$25, McConnell. Thank you so much. This team is buying in, so Ole Miss will be a worthy opponent, but will only be a stepping stone for number 19. I love it. Very poetic there, McConnell. Thank you so much for the super chat. This team is really buying in. And, with youth, I think that's super important to buy in and to trust the process. And, against a team like Ole Miss, you're really going to have to play square all the way around. And I think this team has bought in. I think Ole Miss could potentially be a stepping stone. I don't want to put any bulletin board material, rat poison, negative energy out there. But, McConnell, you are more than allowed to. So thank you for the super chat and the thoughts there. But, Kyle, I don't know. I mean, this spread now in Vegas, 14.5, I think is what I saw. I thought that was a little bit much.
And Fel K, he's just joining us. Thank you, McConnell. We sincerely appreciate you more than you know. I know you're a strong supporter of our channel. We appreciate you more than you know. Fel K, he's just showing up. He's like, what sport is this? This is football, man. So thank you so much for joining. Football is an American sport. 11 on 11, they put helmets on, they put pads on, they throw a pigskin back and forth to kick field goals. Definitely check it out. It's on your local TV every single Saturday. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing for that. So look, we want your score predictions inside the comment box. We're going to read them here in just a few minutes. Look, I think this team, they're close to being dialed in. Are they completely dialed in? I don't know, but it doesn't seem like they've put together a complete game yet. I certainly think that they are close to it. I kind of like this season more than last season because last season's team, as I said, they were such a buzzsaw. This team is more sophomoric. They haven't played a full game, which isn't bad. I think they're still waiting to put it together. It's like the best is yet to come from this team, which I'm hopeful for. And I think that it's eventually going to come. All right, score prediction time, how this works. All right, we got a 3-man team back here. You can't see Chris because he's behind the glass. Saban is not involved in this, even though he is the third man on screen. So Chris is going to post the score prediction on the screen. Trey's going to read them, and then I'm going to judge your avatar and your username. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's get it going again here. I think we might have lost the producer room here. That's all right. Look, we can
cue the suspenseful music. Oh no.
Let's get a little lead up here. Let me find a perfect
score. How is Bama Insider
behind.
going to recover? No, it's fine. All right, let's go to it.
Let's go Leo Almond. I saw this one a minute ago. I liked it. 52-41, an 11-point game, really high-scoring game. They got Bama winning this one. Leo Almond is one of my favorite names, which is why I picked this one. I wanted your thoughts on it.
Oh, I love the avatar. This white tiger, this white lion or whatever it is. Leo, I've always liked that name. I wish I was named Leo. Could you imagine Leo Henderson? Leo would be so solid.
Oh, Leo. It's
yeah,
lion.
so
I mean, I think that's what it means is lion.
Yeah. So I love Leo and almond. I mean, who doesn't like a nice almond as a snack? Let's keep it going. Let's see what we got next. Do we have Chris back in the booth Chris is back. We recovered the Bama Insider crew. We do. We have everybody here. We got Rec Goat now on the screen. 52-31 Bama. Another shootout in this one. I think that's fair, Rec Goat. I got something right along the lines. I like Rec Goat, the name as well. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, rec is cool. Recreation, I guess. Goat, I guess that's Saban. The score, I mean, there's going to be a lot of points. This score right here, is that 52-31? 52-31 is what this is a good score. I'm serious. I like the total points. I think I think you're going to see a game that has a ton of points. So, yeah, this is something I like. Keep it going. Let's keep it going. Moving along from Rec Road on to Neo. Keeping it nice and simple with the name. The logo is very clean.
45-38. Is that 28 or 38? I believe I'm seeing 38 on the screen.
That's another good score.
Close game and another really good score. Just one touchdown. I love this in a shootout fashion. A score that is super probable. You know, sometimes you see the 8s and the 7, the 18s and the whatever. This is a probable score. 45-38 could certainly happen.
Yeah. In terms of the avatar, it looks like it was self-made, which I respect. This is America, home of the free. You make your own way. Neo looks like he went and made his own avatar. I love it. He even got Neo inside
he put the name in the avatar.
Yo, this is hard right here. Okay, keep it going, Neo. You are definitely up in the top 5 so far. Keep it going.
We got Leos, we got Neos, and another Jonathan, the third of the night already. Jonathan Portis. 45 for Ole Miss, I'm assuming, in Alabama. 48. Another close game. I like the score there. Super probable on that one as well. Just a J for the logo, but a third Jonathan. That's pretty cool.
Jonathan, you gotta pick up the avatar game. I know you're new to the show. I know you probably weren't anticipating your avatar getting judged, so we're not going to hold points against you. But you are not getting A+ for this show. But we're going to not hold that against you. We do like the name Jonathan. We've seen it about 5 times on the show. Keep it going.
We got GP. I know the Cars are one of Kyle's personal favorite avatars, so I'll get through this one quick. It's kind of a long prediction here. 2 interceptions, 1 pick, 1 missed field goal will ultimately change this game. I think the running back room, I'm getting covered up here at the bottom, but I believe I see 35-31. Alabama, they get it in the 4th quarter. I like it.
Yeah, 2 INTs with the pick 6. I like it. There was someone else that was talking about a prop bet that would be a non-offensive touchdown. You know me, I love the cars. It looks like an old school Camaro. GP, let us know what type of car that is inside the comment box so we can throw it up on the screen. You're also a member of BamaInsider.com. How do you become a member of BamaInsider.com? Hit the join button at the bottom of the screen as we continue to read your score predictions and we move on. One thing I want to touch on is the fact that Nick Saban talked about the trust with Bryce Young. Anytime you have, a quarterback who's taken over for the program, especially following 3 quarterbacks who are playing in the NFL, Jalen Hurts, who didn't have his best showing against the Cowboys. Yeah. Right? We all saw that game.
That was a tough one.
Mac Jones, I think he threw an interception as well.
He threw a couple, but they were weird picks. It really wasn't on Mac for those.
A pick is a pick, though.
The receiver gave it to the defender.
That's what happened to Bryce, right?
True, yeah.
With
that really was,
Jameson and Jay. And then you have Tua, who's dealing with the injury. So, look, Saban's talking about the trust that he has with Bryce, talking about Bryce Young and how that all intertwines. Here is Coach Saban tonight on Wednesday. And again, you can watch the press conference in its full entirety right here on BamaInsider.com. GP is saying it's an old school Boss 9. Hey, man, we love it. We love the old school classics, man. Reminds me of a Hot Wheel that my son has. All right, so 7:15. Here is Saban talking about the trust with Bryce Young.
Tony.
Yeah, both Bill O'Brien and Bryce Young have both talked about the building that mutual trust. And I just wanted to know, what did Bryce do maybe over the offseason or just during practice to initially just give you that trust in him and kind of build that up?
Well, I think that anybody trusts anybody because, first of all, they respect what they do. They're accountable to what they do. They do what they're supposed to do. That's as a person, as a student, as a player on the field. And that's how you develop respect for someone as a competitor and as a player. And then when they do that over time, that's what, you develop trust that the guy's going to do what he's supposed to do because he's done it over and over and over again. And I think that's how his teammates, develop trust and respect. I mean, you could go down a list of guys on our team. They probably would never tell you if you ask them, but they all know who they can trust that's going to run the right route and catch the ball at the right depth and all that. And they probably know some of the guys that they can't trust to do that. And it's because those guys have not been accountable to do it the right way on a consistent basis. So then the result is kind of the reckoning based on what happens when you go perform, which is every game that we play. So I think that's how anybody gains trust, that you do things the right way over a long period of time, and people come to find out, hey, you can believe what this guy says. He says what he means. He's going to do what he says, and he'll go out and execute it every day. And that's how you develop trust. I think that's how anybody develops trust.
All right, Saban with the walk-off right there, talking about trust. Clearly doesn't have trust issues with Bryce Young. I know people deal with trust issues, but Saban's not one of them. He likes everything that Bryce Young has done, and you kind of looked at the statistics on the screen. Bryce Young has been fantastic with these first 4 games. I know a lot of attention is on this upcoming matchup because of Matt Corral versus Bryce Young. It's really incredible, and I continue to be impressed with the way that he's led and orchestrated this offense under new offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien. Remember when they hired Bill O'Brien? People were mad. People were like slamming their hands down, and they're like, Bill O'Brien is going to tank this team and all this stuff. Look, Bill O'Brien is the offensive coordinator at Alabama. He's had to build that trust up with the players himself, right? You just don't come in after Steve Sarkisian or after, the Mike Locksley or, previous offensive coordinators here and just earn that respect. You got to demonstrate that you can showcase it out on the field. And Bryce Young with the rest of this offense has done a fantastic job. Let's go ahead and read a couple more score predictions. And then look, we're not going to keep you held hostage. We got stuff to do as well. And we want you to enjoy the rest of your night. So we're going to read a couple more score predictions. Then we will break out here on BamaInsider.com. How it works: Chris posts a score. Our producer posts a score on the screen. Trey reads the score prediction. I judge the avatar and provide the comedy and commentary. 3, 2, 1.
Let's see who we got first now. Truly Z-Money. I love it. 48-24 Bama. They got the Crimson Tide in this one. And, Kyle, I was going to say before we got started here, I've seen more Ole Miss picks in this than I've seen, opposing team in any show that we've done. So getting a little spicier. Interested to see how we close it out tonight. 48-24. That's truly Z-Money.
Yeah, like Truly Z Money. I'm not a really big fan of the Trulies, but I do like this avatar. It looks like one of those test dummies that they have for vehicles, but it is like computerized or something like that. So not bad, actually. I like the vibrant colors. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, Trulies aren't my favorite either, but Johnny Cosby does have the Crimson Tide. Or no, he has Ole Miss in this one, and he hates it. Wow, 45-41. Says RTR at the end, but I don't even know if you can throw the RTR after picking Ole Miss to win this game. Maybe this is just that humble approach. Hey, if I say Ole Miss is going to win the game, it's good mojo for my team. We'll take it like that. 45-41, Ole Miss.
You know what? Right here, another John. Johnny, John Jingleheimer Smith. I mean, we've had them all in here. I love the avatar, man. Just right up in your grill. Got the nice beard going. This guy might be on the prowl, man. So Johnny Cosby. I mean. I feel it. And I think that what he's trying to say, even though he's an Alabama fan, this is a realistic game where Alabama could potentially be on the ropes. I mean, Saban said at the beginning of the show, you got to come fan ready. You got to come heavy with it. Alabama needs a full court press on this one. Keep it going.
I like what we're seeing here near the bottom. This is Brian Ranton. I thought I saw Brian Robinson at first. Back to practice now. What are we doing? Ole Miss 56. He's got Alabama 52. That would be a wild game. How's that feel of the game back in 2015? I could see it. I'm not going to rule that out. That would be a crazy ball game.
Okay. Avatar, solid. I mean, you can find me always at the beach, always at the water. Love the clouds. It looks like some sort of a mosaic painting. Has a really good feel to it. Keep it going.
Yeah, comfortable vibes here on the Wednesday night. William Laster. This is kind of comfy too. I think it's almost like a sunset or some kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
73-38.
Ooh.
That'd be pretty nice for Bama fans right there. That's the highest score I've seen to this point. 73-38. I like it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is a nice, the colors right here. I'm feeling it. The score prediction. Look, I'm telling you, the total points right now in this game is like, what is it? 70?
I believe I thought I saw 80 today. We were talking about it.
Yeah,
on the way over.
I think
the line's
that's what
80.
I'm saying. So, I mean, look, I don't know how many points that are going to be in this game, but I promise you there's going to be a ton of scoreboard. Keep it going.
I like it. That one would cover there. High Power TV would get it close. I think this one, if my math's correct, will cover as well. Alabama picking up the win, 48-34. We got some 100s on the end of it. I love it. High Power TV, thanks for being here.
And this is another one of our users who has created their own avatar. I love these guys. Going with their own avatar. High Power TV. This has been kind of an underrated poster. He's like sleepy, he's like a sleeper inside our comment box, but High Power, I always see you, man. So keep on coming back. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here tonight. Getting that score in 48-34.
Who else we got? More scores.
Is that it? Bill Robinson, the legend investigator.
Yes.
Does that say legal? I thought it said legend at first. I was like, man, how do you get legendary in investigating?
This is awesome.
Legal investigating for us. He has sniffed out a Bama win, 42-21 in a battle. Maybe he's talking about Jordan battle. I don't know.
Look, I love everything about this. Look, the American flag. I'm a very patriotic person. We fly a flag in front of our house every single day. Bill, similar to the Bill of Rights. There you go, keeping it patriotic. Legal investigator. Man, this dude is serious.
He is.
This guy's locked in. Bill, keep coming back. We appreciate you. That is a good score prediction. I think there's going to be more points than that. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Keep you in mind for the Bama Insider legal team. Josh Smith.
Oh, yes.
Man, a producer extraordinaire. He helps us out with the Jay Barker Show. Man of many hats. Thanks for being here tonight, Josh. 63-45. Bama, he's got the little surfer dude. I think that's what we see there. I love it. Thanks for coming on, Josh. I like the profile pic here, too. Nice and casual.
Oh, wait, Josh. This is one of my favorite guys to the scene. Does a fantastic job producing. This guy is a ninja behind the scenes for the Jay Barker Show. But wait, this jacket or something like that, is this
I think it's a camo look, I think.
Is this a camel look? It looks like almost
fleece,
like some sort of animal that he somehow rescued and then got the. I don't know. I'd like to hear more about this. 62-45.
Yes, sir, Josh.
I like the score prediction. Keep it going.
Let's see. We got J. Cole.
Oh
man, how about this? We got some celebrities on this show tonight.
Yeah, J. Cole in the house.
58-30. Thanks for showing up, man.
Right,
wow.
Yeah, J. Cole always showing some love. Just a straight J. Nobody can diss on J. Cole, so can't really say much about it. Keep going.
Maybe album of the year. I don't know too much about music, but that's my take. Big Salmon.
Ooh.
35-24 Ole Miss.
Low scoring.
Very
more
low
points
scoring.
than that.
Man, another Ole Miss prediction here.
I like this though. Anytime that you rack up an avatar, that means you got some good friends. 2 buddies inside. That means you got a lot of. I know Big Salmon has a ton of friends. I promise
Big
you.
Salmon probably.
And Big Salmon.
Quite the contact
who doesn't like salmon? Right? I mean, everybody loves salmon. Keep it going.
I'm not going to make a statement on Salmon here, but that's all right. We can move on to Slimeball. Slimeball Jr. He's got 38-24. Alabama winning. This is one of the coolest, in my opinion, avatars right here.
This is literally fire. And then the name Slimeball Jr.
Oh,
Slimeball Senior. Where you at?
Yeah, maybe the third. I don't know. We get the whole family.
I love it. Slimeball Jr. You're up in my top 5. Top rankings will be posted later on the YouTube channel. But
get it on the big board.
Slimeball. I like everything about this. Keep it going.
38-24. Who's up next? SPH Huntsville.
Oh, this is Sean from Huntsville.
Good seeing you, man.
Sean from Huntsville. Let me tell you, I'm going to take this one.
Yeah.
Sean from Huntsville, 51-38. Very accurate score prediction. Anytime Sean calls in, you take the call, you absorb it, you take out your little pad and your pen, you write down every single thing that he is telling you because he speaks truth. I'm telling you, Sean in Huntsville. Look, J. Cole's laughing inside the comment box. He's dying. He's like, he knows. Sean in Huntsville says 51-30. Sean, love the bucket hat. Every single thing you bring, man, you are the GOAT. You need to change your name to Sean in Huntsville, a.k.a. the GOAT. I appreciate you, man. All right, keep it going.
Good to see you, Sean. We got Ryder. I believe I don't want to mispronounce this. Ryder Man 1. I love it. My prediction: he's got 51-24.
Okay.
Bama. You can see a few defensive. I believe that says takeaways. It's getting blocked at the bottom there. Takeaways. I think Mechie will have a great game. And I think Brian Robinson will as well. Bryce will give Ole Miss problems. I think that's all accurate. And another really good prediction here. I like 51-24. Seeing a lot of 51s. I think that's a good number.
Yeah, okay. And, of course, Avatar. I mean, we've already talked about the Lion. We've already talked about Leo. We've talked about it all. So continue to keep that as your avatar. I think it's really strong. I think it says a lot about you, a lot of poise, a lot of power. So let's keep it going.
One of the best animals in the game,
yes.
but come on,
Yes.
now. How do you even think about topping this one? I love this. It's love at first sight. Cookie Chef,
Cookie Chef.
42-31,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe a 5-star here on the Avatar as well.
Cookie Chef coming with it, man. Look at this. Cookie Chef, man, killing it. 42-31. Doesn't even provide who's going to win. Just a straight up score. We
That's
know
all
what
we
that
need to
means,
know.
Alabama. Cookie Chef, come back anytime, man. We appreciate you.
Looks like such a happy cookie. Man,
He does. Yeah.
a random
Ooh.
person, just somebody random, whoever. 48-35, Crimson Tide on top. A little hurricane going on in there.
Is that a hurricane or is it a throwing star from Mortal Kombat?
Ooh, I like that take. Yeah, it's got
Right?
some ninja vibes going on.
Yeah,
here.
it does have ninja vibes more than a hurricane because I think a hurricane Call me crazy, but I think it might. No, the rotation, I guess, could go either way. It's not really going from
Yeah, I
left
don't
to
think
right,
there's a
right?
set. I don't think
There's
there's a
not-
set
yeah,
rotation on
If
it.
you're a meteorologist, jump inside the
Please.
comment box if there's a set rotation for a hurricane. But a random person, that's cool with me.
Yeah,
Keep it rolling.
that'll work. Thanks for being here tonight. Brian Lee, 62-45. He's got Alabama. This is a very basic profile, but it's effective. You got the B. Brian Lee's a cool name too. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know you guys weren't anticipating to get your avatars ranked. That's just something that we're going to do. So you got to come with it. And we're going to end on this next one. We're going to throw up bombs because we need bombs up here.
Oh, yes, sir. Bombs. It's
Okay,
I haven't seen them all night.
Look at this. Bombs. I love this one because Bombs is always dropping bombs. There was a time where Bombs, honestly, helped us get by month to month because he was super chatting so much. Seriously, Bombs really cared about us. We appreciate you. You still do. Obviously, you're still here. But you paid your dues, man. 48-23, Bama. Bombs dropping bombs. Hey, fam. My name is Kyle Henderson. He's Trey Yanity. We're not going to keep you here all night. You guys go enjoy your beautiful Wednesday from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My name is Kyle Henderson. He's Trey Yanity. Please like, subscribe, and we appreciate you just being here. Whatever video it is, whether it's Andrew Bond on the recruiting show, whether it's Mick Gillespie on the tailgate show, whether it's the post-game show, don't stop. So continue to hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. We will catch you on the tailgate show Friday night, and then we'll catch you on the post-game show from Westgate Luxury Condos on Saturday night. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Be productive. Be good people. Kyle Henderson, Trey Yanity. Until next time, my friends. Talk soon.